All right, let's get right into it. If you've ever had that feeling where your apartment Wi-Fi is just crawling, or it's unreliable, or it's just driving you crazy, you are definitely not alone. So today, we're going to tackle one of the absolute biggest things you can do to fix it, getting your network off that super crowded 2.4 gigahertz band and onto the wide open highway that is 5 gigahertz. So where are we getting all this great info? Well, our guide for this deep dive comes from a tutorial called Reducing Wi-Fi Interference in Apartments, put together by the folks at RFI Detectives. And this is actually part 9 of a really detailed 10-part series. We're going to zero in on the advice from this chapter, which is a real game changer. This is for all of you who are ready to roll up your sleeves and take real control of your network, instead of just, accepting the factory settings. So let's get started on escaping that Wi-Fi traffic jam.
Okay, first things first, let's figure out what the problem actually is. Before you can fix your network, you have to understand why it's struggling in the first place. And for most of us in apartments, the main culprit has a name, the 2.4 gigahertz band.
Oh yeah, if you live in an apartment building, the answer to this is a definite 100% yes. Just think about it for a second. You've got your router, all your neighbors' routers, every smart speaker, all the Bluetooth gadgets, heck, even your microwave. They're all trying to shout in the same tiny little space. It's basically a recipe for total chaos, and it all comes down to something called overlapping channels. And this quote from the source material absolutely nails it. See, this isn't a situation where your router and your neighbor's router are politely taking turns to talk. No way. When they're on overlapping channels, they're actively scrambling each other's signals. It's like two people yelling over each other in a tiny room. What happens? Nobody gets understood. For your Wi-Fi, that means endless errors and resends that just grind your connection to a halt. It's mutual destruction. So, that's the mess we're in. How do we get out of it? You can't just go knock on all your neighbors' doors and ask them to change their settings. The real solution is to move to a totally different road, a much, much wider and less crowded one, the 5 gigahertz band. And check this out. What's really wild here is just how big the difference is. The 2.4 gigahertz band, it only has 3 channels that don't directly interfere with each other. 3. In a building with dozens of networks, that's an instant, permanent traffic jam. But the 5 gigahertz band, it has over 20 non-overlapping channels. It's literally the difference between a little 2-lane country road and a massive 12-lane superhighway. All that extra space means way less interference, and that translates directly to faster, more reliable speeds for you.
Okay, let's get our hands dirty. Let's move on to the practical steps, because it's not just about flipping a switch. It's about making smart, deliberate choices to squeeze out the best performance. Now, your first thought might be to just rely on some automatic setting, right? Like band steering. The idea sounds awesome. Your router is smart. It'll just push your devices to the best band for you. But as the source material points out, it usually doesn't work that well in the real world. And why is that? Well, it's just physics. The 2.4 gigahertz signal travels a bit farther and through walls better, so it looks stronger to your phone or laptop. So your devices stubbornly cling to that slower band even when the 5 gigahertz superhighway is right there waiting for them. You can't let your devices make that bad choice. And this right here, this is the solution. This is your cheat sheet. You got to take manual control. So first, you manually pick a channel in what's called the UNI 3 range. That's channels 149 up to 165. They're usually the cleanest. Then, and trust me, this is critical for apartments, you lock the channel width to 20 megahertz. I know, wider channels sound faster, but in a crowded area, a narrow channel is like a motorcycle in traffic. It can weave through the interference way more effectively. The big theme here? Turn auto off. Auto is not your friend in a crowded Wi-Fi environment. Okay, a quick but really important warning. When you're looking at all the available 5 gigahertz channels, you're going to see a block of them called DFS channels. You have to be careful with these. These channels are actually shared with really important systems like, and I'm not kidding, airport weather radar. So if your router detects a radar signal, it is legally required to immediately shut down and get off that channel. For you, that just looks like your Wi-Fi completely vanishing for several minutes with absolutely no warning. So unless you've done your homework and you know for sure they're clear where you live, it's just best to avoid them completely. So let's put it all together. Here is your simple 3-step action plan. Step 1, look before you leap. Get a free Wi-Fi analyzer app for your phone and see what your neighbors are doing. See which channels are clear. Step 2, log into your router and manually set your channel to a clean one in that UNI 3 band we talked about. Step 3, lock your channel width to 20 megahertz. That's it. This is how you stop guessing and start making smart, data-driven decisions about your network.
All right.
Now for what is, in my opinion, the most important principle in all of this. This is what separates the amateurs from the pros. It's not just about what changes you make. It's about how you make them, so you can be absolutely certain they're actually helping.
This is it, the absolute golden rule of network tuning. And I mean it. If you go into your router and you change the channel and the channel width and the power level all at the same time, and suddenly your Wi-Fi gets worse, which one was it? Which change caused the problem? You have no idea. By changing only one single thing at a time, you can scientifically test its impact. Did it help? Did it hurt? Did it do nothing? This is the only way you'll know for sure what works.
And just as important as making one change at a time is documenting that change every single time. Before you touch a single setting, take a screenshot of your current setup. That's your before picture, your baseline. Then, after you make your one single change, save it. Take another screenshot. This whole process creates a safety net for you. If a change totally messes things up, you know exactly what your old settings were and you can go right back. It becomes your personal logbook for building the perfect network for your unique apartment. And this quote from the guy just sums up the whole philosophy perfectly. It's a loop, a simple, powerful loop. You make one small change. Then, you rescan the area with your Analyzer app to see the new environment. And finally, you verify the performance. Is your phone connecting faster? Is your streaming service buffering less? This is that professional, iterative method that guarantees you'll get real results.
And so, this is the final thought I really want to leave you with. Anybody can go in and change a setting. That's the easy part. Knowing if it was the right change, that's what truly matters. So don't just change things and cross your fingers. Test your connection. Verify your results. Be methodical about it. That is how you truly defeat Wi-Fi interference and build a network that you can actually count on.